pulling in vassal is just a little bit different. What do you reckon?
Yes, I was wondering that. Yes.
All right. So, Jim, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the vassal module before this evening. If you haven't, that is not uncommon for anybody, right? You're not in unique company if you haven't looked at the map before.
In fact, actually, you'd be retarded if you had.
I was.
Yes, you would be. So the first thing to just basically identify is that, of course, the Germans are in Panzer Grey.
The Germans wore grey. You wore blue.
Yeah. Now, the key thing about this game is that the German units are not necessarily stronger than the Polish units. They just move a lot more. A lot more. Through the activation jets. But you'll note that, for instance, if we go up to this corner here, right, every unit with that purple stripe underneath it belongs to the same formation, and you'll see that's the headquarter unit there.
Jesus.
Yep. Now you'll also note that there is a unit here, this 436, which doesn't have a colour. Right?
All right.
That's an independent. Right. Now that unit. Yeah. Right, remember, the Germans on turn 1 will be pulling 6 chits. That means that every formation can be activated once, but every independent unit which is in range of a headquarters unit can move. Meaning that an independent unit, potentially, if you are able to get it in the perfect location between 6 headquarters, could move 6 times in a turn. There are lots of independent units. If an independent unit only moves once a turn, it's a waste of an independent unit. But it's got to be activated by a variety of headquarters.
Yeah.
During the course of the game, both the German command structure and the Polish command structure will change. This reflects during the first 10 days, a reorganization of formations. Now, what this means is that you'll be taking headquarters off and you'll be replacing it with headquarters which take care of more than one formation. In the instance of the Poles, they'll have an opportunity to bring on board a new headquarters unit which will be able to control 3 formations instead of just 1. This is both a blessing and a curse. Right, you also note that a couple of key things. The Germans, in some respects, play is a lot simpler than to the Poles, in that you've only got basically your normal ground units. You've got 2 different types of air units, and the Germans have a ship, the Schleswig-Holstein. That ship is here, and of course that's how the first shot of the war was fired by the Schleswig-Holstein on the Polish garrison of Bill, snap quiz. What was the fort called?
I don't know. It was in Danzig. That's all I remember.
Yes, that is correct. Fort I don't know in Danzig. Now, if you're playing Army Group North, and remember, Army Group North is what's in East Prussia and here, essentially, right? Königsberg will cease to become a fully functioning supply center on game turn 3, unless there is a line of supply to the western edge of the map. Now remember, supply is 4 hexes to a road or a railway line that leads to a friendly supply source. So it's really important for the Germans to basically open up the Danzig corridor really early on.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you go out of supply. What's the effects of going out of supply? Half attack. Defense and movement is normal.
And just so you're aware, Jim, ways of opening up the attack, the supply are this road here.
Yeah.
I think that's right, isn't it? Or
Supply can't be traced across unbridged rivers,
yes.
right? So, look, there are a variety of ways of doing it. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
There is an air allocation to the North German army. There's an air allocation to the South German army. And I think what you'll find during the course of the game... Oh, wait a minute. We'll just talk about Army Group South. So Army Group South is principally here, up here in the north. But
In
it
the
also...
south? It's in the south. It wouldn't be in the north.
Oh, sorry, South, yes. It's...
Yep.
This is Army Group South. So there... But it also includes elements of the Slovak army.
Yep.
Right? Now,
You're in town.
yeah. Now, in mountains, you can only trace a line of command to a headquarters unit along roads or railways. You can only trace supply through roads or railways. So essentially, getting off the road network in mountains is a big no-no. Don't even think about it. But it also means you can be blocked pretty easily. Rivers, crossing rivers is a big deal. Also, you'll note here that there are some temporary bridges.
Yep.
Basically,
They're not really temporary. They're there for the whole game.
Yes, but if the Germans come anywhere near, you roll to see whether or not they're destroyed. Effectively. So there's no point going anywhere near
I thought it was automatic.
Sorry?
I thought it was automatically. We automatically destroyed
Yes.
when the Germans moved
Yes.
next to them.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that when we go through the rule. Because we're relying on my memory, which means we're all in trouble. Right. Now, in the normal course of the game, the initial turn for the German player is really, it's a little bit tough. It's more along the lines of a full-blown assault, where you're going for a couple of hexes and killing some units. You're not doing an initial blitzkrieg on your first couple of turns, really. But after that, once a hole has been blown, it's springtime for Hitler. Because of the activation sequence, it's total chaos. But also remember, in pulling the chits, you can also pull action chits. Now, action chits will either provide for replacements for both sides, or provide for random events. Bill, have I missed anything?
Yes, the timetable.
Oh, thank you. Yes. You want to talk about that, Bill?
Okay, so for the Germans, there is a timetable. And that timetable is, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but you are required to make certain victory points on a schedule. If you do not meet that schedule, there is a penalty. And I can't remember what that penalty is.
I can. So you'll see...
It's in the rules, though.
Yeah, it is in the rules, but you'll see...
And you can make them up.
Here, on the turn record track, the first target is 1. It's 1 for the second turn, but then it goes up to 2 and then 3. If your victory point total is less than that, you suffer 1 less activation.
That's it. You get 1 less activation.
Now, that's the maximum penalty. Doesn't matter how far you're short, you're not going to suffer anything more than 1 penalty. Until such time as you get back on track. If you're ahead of schedule, well, good for you, but there's no bonus. So the challenge for the Polish player is to keep track of where you're getting your victory points and make sure that you do lose that activation point. And that's my incentive as the Polish player
To defend.
Well spotted, Bill, for absences, but this game, Jim, is in my mind the best game on Poland because
There's not a lot of them,
Yep.
but
well, there's 8. That's not counting versions of Europa. But yeah, there's not a lot of competition here because most people just think it's a bit of a walkover. It's not. Anything which has a 0 does not have a zone of control. And also I get railway units.
which can move
Which
anywhere
anywhere.
on a rail.
Another armored train unit.
Armored train units.
Yep.
Also, when you get reinforcements, those reinforcements can go on rail
Anywhere.
anywhere within
Yes,
3
100
hexes
meters, yes.
of a friendly unit. Now, we'll check the rules as we go through because, I forget things. But yes, trains, they're a little bit funny. They move fast, but they don't really have effective zones of control. They're good for holding hexes. They're not good for holding fronts. And I think that's about it. You can't cross major rivers except at bridges. You can cross minor rivers. Armored units can advance 2 hexes after combat. And then there are special rules for moving across rivers, depending on your units, where effectively you cross and then you have to stop, effectively, even though you may have excess movement points. No unit can move 1 hex regardless of the movement point cost. If you haven't got the movement points to move, you can't move. Okay. Good. It's +1 and to enter, +1 to leave a ZOC. They're not strong. So again, there's going to be a lot of infiltration, and that basically means for the Poles, I've got to have a continuous line wherever I can. If I can't have a continuous line, give me a ZOCs and river lines to defend, or rail junctions, or towns.
David, just remind me, is this 3 victory points or 1 victory point?
I'd have to check. Oh, I'd have to check. Hold on. Looking. What you guys are going to have to decide is who's going to play north and who's going to play south.
Well, typically where is the first victory point made, and that should be Bill.
No pressure.
Is it not typically?
It's actually not the first one that's important, it's the second one. I'll do south, I think. I think would be where it's going to be busy. Jim?
Yep. Yep.
I think you need to concentrate all your troops, all these guys, on here and here. I think you've actually, it might even be that you've actually got to concentrate just here.
All right, I'm just going to clarify this situation on victory hexes.
Yeah.
And don't don't hesitate to use the zoom function on the map.
Yeah, because it's quite zoomed out, I think.
Yeah, so we'll do a vassal orientation in a moment. But if we look at what's...
David, you don't have to do that. You just click the visible thing. And
okay. That's what I mean about a... what's the visible thing?
So...
Oh, you got it.
You got it?
Yep. It's Keko Y. Yep. Okay. The following locations are the victory point hexes and have their names in red, each worth 1 point.
Okay.
Right. So it refers to the cities.
It's.
That's a point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's only one victory there. It's Katowice or Katowice.
Yeah, that's only one victory.
Yep.
Yeah, but you've got to have all of it.
No. Because the other two aren't in red.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've got all.
Wait a minute. So, victory point hexes, right?
Yep.
The names are the following locations are the victory point hexes and have their names in red type,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So, Katowice,
Yep.
which is here.
Yep.
I call Katowice 2 hexes,
No.
or is it just that one?
No.
It's just that one because that one's summon.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why they're both red.
Yeah,
they're all surrounded.
Yeah. Okay. So it's anything which has got a red name against it is a victory hex.
Yeah.
Instant victory occurring for Warsaw.
Yeah.
That's any of the 3.
Okay. So if the German player occupies any hex of Warsaw with a unit in supply at the end of any turn, the game ends in a sudden death victory.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we've discovered the visible function. Excellent. Let's have a look at shit.
Let's have a look at shit. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So you hit the chit cup, and you see that track come up at the bottom of the map, right? Then you draw chit from the cut,
Nope.
and you get cracker. Draw again, and then you return everything back to the chit.
Am I supposed to be seeing something change, am I?
All
Are
right.
you not seeing the cup?
No.
Okay.
Hold on a moment. I'll just make sure he's in the actual right game.
Okay. Well, actually, can you see me when
Well, I have been because
map?
I've been able to see you.
You can see me pinging the map.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
what have you joined the game as?
Jim.
So when you logicked into Vassal.
Oh, sorry, Observer. Yeah.
Don't do observer. Change yourself to German 2.
Right. How the heck do I do that?
You go up to the flag next to the 2 arrows on the left. And
Oh yes, that's a. Is it good? Thank you for telling me. Yep.
And select German 2.
Which is I know.
Okay. Now.
Yep. German 2. Yep. Got it.
Okay. Now click on the
Okay.
button next to the cross up the top called Chit Cup.
Yep.
Okay. Now it does. I think I'm happy for David just to draw the chits during the course of the game. So David draws
Yeah, it
a
doesn't
chit.
matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
David draws a chit from the cup.
Yep.
David, draw a chit.
I love shit. All right.
Okay, 10th Army. That is the army that is now activated. So, the red
Yep.
German units are now active. They are the only ones that
No,
can
they're
move.
not. No, they're not. Right. We are not in the activation phase.
No. No, but
Yep.
I'm not saying this is for example.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fine. I forgot that.
Okay, so we do the move, and then we do the combat, and then David would then draw the next chit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Draw the next chit, David.
Right, Polish. Poznan.
Poznan. So the Poznan, which are the Polish purple, and then he moves and combats, and then the next chit is drawn. German Third Army, which are the blue units, which are over here in the north.
Yep. Okay.
And so on and so on. And when we've finished drawing, or we have reached our activation level,
Yes.
which is, if you have a look at the turn record chart, on the first turn, the Germans are allowed 6 activations, and the Poles are allowed 6 activations on the first turn. So once 6 have been drawn for the Germans and 6 have been drawn for the Poles, the turn's over.
Yep.
Okay?
Now, one thing which I think we probably will end up doing in the chit pool is that you'll see there, Jim, that what we've pulled is the 10th Army, which is the orange dudes. They're up here. We've pulled the Poznan Army, which is down here. And we've pulled the 3rd German Army, which is here. Now what I'm proposing here is that we're going to remove a little bit of the uncertainty here. So for a chit pool, if this happened again, right, Bill would start moving the 10th. I would then, as he'd started moving the 10th, I would pull the 3rd. I'd pull the Poznan, and I'd start moving Poznan while Bill was still playing the 10th, because those two formations cannot possibly interact at this particular point in the game. However, we have a potential problem in you pulling the 3rd, because that would mean, actually, no, forget it.
Just keep it in sequence.
That's a stupid idea.
Yep.
That's a stupid idea.
Yep. A for effort, though. A for effort.
Yep. All right.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Now, we'll go to the sequence. Any questions about where do we find the zoom function?
Plus and minus. It's next to the camera. Plus.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I know. They're not great buttons.
It is weird. Yeah.
Yep. But
one thing I do like is we don't need a combats results table.
We don't.
Because
no, we don't. Yeah, good.
If you press 2 to 1, say you're calculating a 2 to 1 odds attack. If you press the 2 to 1, the result is actually in the button. Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That is cool.
Okay, so you don't actually.
Like that.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. The only problem with that is that before I like to roll I like to see what my odds are. I like to see what I'm up against.
Yeah.
But for some games where you might know the combat results table off by heart, that's actually kind of cool.
All right. Where are our air units?
They're over here.
Where's here?
Yes. Oh, yes.
What's he done, Jim?
I'm banging the map.
Top left-hand corner.
Okay. Right. All right. Now, let's just review game turn 1 orders. Special rules. Where are we? Where's
Looking specifically special rules.
special rules?
11.
Yep, it's 11. But
Oh, yes, this is important, Jim. All your units on the very first turn are automatically in command. So you can move them even if if they're not in command range. Okay, so if they're out of command range, move them closer to the headquarters so that they will be in future in command.
Yep. All right. Also,
I just want to identify the headquarters units. I cannot spot the headquarters units.
Headquarters are, and I'll bang a few. That.
That one.
Yep.
Then you got one there.
Yep.
They're kind of got
where
a flag on it, and they're generally 6-4s.
Yep. They can be 6-4s or 5-4s, I think.
Yep. So.
Right.
Where is the game turn? I don't like I've lost the turn 1 rules for the Germans.
It's on first turn 4.2.6.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yep.
So the other thing is the air interdiction is double. So a German air unit on turn 1 only will interdict a radius of 2 hexes. Now this will impede Polish movement and interdict supply. So on the first turn, the first phase is air combat, and then we move to interdiction segment. So Germans go first. You've got units which are the units are based on the your army group, and there's a dividing line which defines your theatre boundary, which you'll see is here, right?
Yep.
That's where you can't cross, and vice versa.
So you've got aircraft from the north, and I've got aircraft from the south.
Yeah.
Group 4 or something, isn't it?
Yes.
Luftwaffe 4.
Yeah. So you have what you do is the very first turn on game turn 1. You place your air. If you want to conduct air combat, you basically place it on the hex, or if you want to interdict, you just place it anywhere on the map.
Yeah. Aren't they separate units? There's Grand Attacker. Oh, did I read that? There's something about them.
Yes, there are. So if you zoom in on the air units, you'll see that you've got an ME 109, basically a bomber, and a Stuka. Right? The Stuka's a 4, the bomber's a 1, and the ME 109's a 2. So they can both be used for interdiction. They can be both used for attacking. So it doesn't really matter. But I think the rules are suggesting that what the Germans do on the first turn is just interdict. Now you will have to roll in either roll, whether you're attacking or interdicting. But it's basically your turn, guys, for doing what you want to do. The Polish units, where are the Polish units?
I have not got the foggiest. So, Bill, you should sort of, if I follow your lead.
I should what? Sorry?
I was just saying I should follow, well, not so much your lead, but see what you do.
Yeah.
Because I haven't the foggiest idea what should be done. Because this looks like seems to be a lot more helpers on the units than standard games.
What I would
just the right part.
So what you could do, Jim, is, and what's really suggested by that interdiction increase in radius, if you focus on rail and road junctions, like there, or river crossings, there, you can prevent a reinforcement of the Danzig corridor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, by basically focusing on that river line, if you wanted to. Likely, also Bill he's wanting to go for a victory conditions. He's likely going to interdict behind the objective to stop units from reinforcing, but also to put things out of supply. So just to recount on air units, where are we? Right. Here we go. Interdiction. Basically, at the start of the interdiction segment, the German player rolls a die. On a roll of 1, an interdiction aircraft is damaged. The German players choose one each. Which one? Damaged aircraft is placed 2 turns on the turn record track and re-enter the game in the reinforcement segment. The German player then places his remaining undamaged interdicting aircraft on the map. The hex in which the aircraft occupies and all adjacent hexes are interdicted. Exception on turn 1, 2 hex zone. Any unit, German, Polish or Slovak, that starts its move in an interdicted hex or enters in an interdicted hex is affected as follows. No strategic movement is allowed. No rail movement is allowed. Mechanized and motorized units lose 2 movement points. Foot infantry, cavalry and HQ lose a movement point. And then they're returned to their respective boxes on the map in the air return segment. So what it does is it puts in train a speed bump. Now, it can be quite significant. If you want to do air combat, you can do a ground attack. You can attack headquarter units. You can attack any Polish occupied hex that has a German unit adjacent to it. Multiple aircraft can combine in a single attack. It's done on the normal combat results table. The attacking aircraft ignores all attacker results. However, if a 1 is rolled on the attack, the defender takes his result normally, and one of the attacking aircraft, the attacker's choice, is damaged. So the ground attack is, say, for instance, you've got here, Danzig. You've got a German adjacent, so you could just pile all of your air into that attack and get a victory a victory hex. Equally, Bill hasn't got a victory. He's not adjacent to any victory hexes at the start of the turn, but he could choose to blow a hole in, like there, for instance, and just pile his armor through it. Lots of possibilities. But so if I was you, Jim,
Bill's already put there.
There's not. You've got 2 good solid moves: interdiction on the river line, or have a shot at knocking Danzig out first from the wall, because you can follow that up with an attack from Schleswig-Holstein. And look, it's entirely up to you. You got to remember that you're part of the Aryan race. You can't make mistakes.
Fair enough.
The only thing you can, the disastrous thing for the Germans is not to be aggressive.
So let's go here. No, we have to roll a die before we do any movement for the aircraft. Is that not correct?
Well, wait a minute. It's you got to declare what you're doing. Are you interdicting? Are you attacking? Are you doing both?
Can you do both?
Yeah, you can do both.
With the unit?
Yeah. No, not simultaneously.
No. All right, no. I'm interdicting.
All right, you've got to roll 1 die.
Yep, and it's got to be a 1.
If you roll a 1,
yep.
Then one thing's damaged.
Yep, I'm going
That's
here.
it. Yep.
2, that's fine. here?
No. The rules are quite explicit
Just
about
once.
this. You roll. You're interdicting. You roll the dice.
Yeah.
But if you roll the one of your interdicting aircraft is damaged. You don't roll each time.
Oh. Well, nothing.
Right. Okay. Right. So you're interdicting. What are you doing, Jim?
Right. So Bill's rolled for me as well. That affects.
No,
Or do we?
Oh, I see. Yes. I suppose I have, haven't I?
What?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes. It's per player turn. Yes. So the German.
Yes.
So that's it. So I don't need
Yep.
to worry.
Nicely played, Jim.
Well, it does say German player.
Yeah, no. Nicely played, Jim. Bill was about to take that for you.
Yeah. Ground attack aircraft. So, no, we've got two types of units. Ground attack. They're separate units.
Are they?
The German player has two types of air units: ground
Right.
attack and interdiction.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in
Ground
that
attack
case-
aircraft have attack factor in a brown box.
Right.
Ah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one there.
So they are.
Bill. Yep. Thank you, Jim.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So they can't
So they're
be.
both.
Yeah, they can't.
No, only the blue ones.
Yep.
It would seem.
Okay.
Is that right?
Where'd you clear that up, Jim?
The blue can.
All right. Let me
Yep.
review.
I remember
that.
reading it
again.
earlier today and thought,
Yep.
that's right.
Do that again, but you've already rolled, Bill, so no need to roll again.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The interdiction range in the blue box, which is a 1, but we get it for a 2. So there's only one I can interdict at the moment. That's a bit of a bugger. But do they have to be in cahoots with a German ground unit?
You've
or
got to be
can
adjacent
they be-
to a German
No, wrong.
unit.
So they already have to be adjacent.
Yes.
Yep.
But remember here, Jim, that the attacking air units, because I'm jerking around with stuff.
It is late, and we've got to
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Pleasure as
Fun
always.
as always. And
Yes, indeed.
I love this game.
I'll see you all next
Hey.
Tuesday.
Yep, done.
Ciao.
Okay.
See you
Bye.
then. Hey. Right. Oh,